So yesterday, HD posted a video of his Phone of the Year award, all the awards for his phones throughout the year. And, since he posted that, I got a lot of comments on my video saying, hey, what do you think about his review of the Surface Duo 2, this phone right here, being the worst phone of the year? Because I make a lot of videos. A lot of my content is around foldable phones, whether it's the Surface Duo 1, Surface Duo 2, Galaxy Z Fold 3, the brand new Oppo's phone. We have a Huawei phone coming out. We have a lot of foldable phones, and I make a lot of videos about them. I talk about them all the time. I cover them all the time. And he said, in his opinion, that he thought that the Surface Duo 2 was worse than the Surface Duo 1. And that also that the Surface Duo 2 is just simply not worth it. And I'll say it like this, because I truly do think, and again, this is why he is the expert and he knows what he's talking about, because he really is iterating my point of view completely, what I've been saying over the last year, especially for the last couple months with the Surface Duo 2. I have said that this phone alone, standalone, you're picking up this phone from coming from another phone, it is not worth the money. It is more expensive than the Duo 1, first off, when the Duo 1 first came out. And yes, it does upgrade everything from the Duo 1. But if you're not coming from a Duo 1, it just simply isn't worth it at the end of the day. Yes, at the same time, you can buy this. And I know I've gotten a lot of comments of people being like, oh, I bought this phone for my first time without having a Duo 1, and I loved it. And that is possible for you to do that. But at the same time, though, if you are not coming from a Duo 1, there's going to be issues, there's going to be bugs, there's going to be glitches that you're simply just not used to. You're not going to have wireless charging on this phone. You're not going to have any kind of water resistance. And again, it's $1,500. It's not like it's this phone that's $600 right now. And I would recommend picking up the Surface Duo 1, especially because it's $600 down below. You can get probably down to like $300 on eBay. It's a great phone. It's a great phone for the price tag. Every phone is good depending on the price tag. If you tell me, like, for example, you say, oh, this phone is the crappiest phone ever. If you bought that phone $50, it's worth it for the price tag. You can't put a $1,500 price tag on a phone that simply is not worth $1,500. And I think that's where Microsoft really did fail with the Surface Duo 2. Where they just kind of said, listen, we're going to make it more expensive than the last iteration. And when you don't truly, perfect the first iteration, and then you go to the second iteration, and that even has issues day one, you just simply fall into the trap of, wow, this is not going to sell as well as it should. And again, he did go ahead and give a lot of praise to Z Fold 3 and the Z Flip 3. And obviously, I've covered many times on this channel the Z Fold 3. And it does make sense. I mean, at the end of the day, we are seeing foldable phones come out more and more as of late with the brand new Oppo's phone, and that really just hit it out of the park. I think a lot of people watch my content, and in general, I'm going to be making a video about it, unboxing it and showing off the Oppo's phone. But a lot of people have told me, they absolutely fell in love with that phone. When they saw that phone, they fell in love with it. And it's something that they just wish the Surface Duo 1 and 2 was. And I think at the end of the day, when you really break it down, the reason why this phone is a bust, and he is correct, it is a bust of the year, because if you compare this to all other phones on the market, right, with their price tags, with their specs, with their everything, this phone, compared to them, is a bust. Compared to a Surface Duo 1, it's not really that much of a bust, except for the price tag. And he did mention that, yes, this is not really an upgrade. This is really not an upgrade worth the money, and it's not. I mean, if you really break it down, what are you getting from this phone to this phone? First off, you're getting a camera bump that probably a lot of people are going to be ticked off about, which that is automatically an L. Second off, you get a glance display, which is absolutely gimmick. Nobody uses glance display, in my opinion, at least, because, again, based on what I've seen in the comment sections, everyone says, like, oh, yeah, glance display, we don't use that. And you don't get wireless charging. You get wireless power transfer, which is a joke. You get the ability to charge an S Pen, or Surface Pen, and that's it. And outside of that, a bigger battery is nice. You also do get increase in RAM. You get an 888 processor versus an 855 processor, which the 855 processor is still very capable of doing stuff. But it's just like, when you really break it down, I understand his point of view, and I understand why he, gave it the Bust of the Year award, because it is, in a lot of people's opinions, the worst foldable phone of all the foldable phones. And I will say it like this, because I do love the Surface Duo 2. And if this phone was a lot less money, if this phone was $1,000, I know they can't make it $1,000. If it was $1,000, I'd love this phone even more. But it's just one of those things where I feel like this phone and the Fold 3 has really broke the mold. The Surface Duo lineup, whether you're looking at the 1 or the 2, both these phones really are a niche market. It's a niche market of people who really do love the technology of having a beautiful hinge. And I will say that the brand new Oppo's phone has even more beautiful of a hinge than the Surface Duo lineup. But it's all about people who love the hinge. They love the fold. They love the design of this phone. And like I said before, it's like the Surface Duo 1 has such a beautiful and sleek look. You see that when I close it, it looks so gorgeous. The Duo 2, when you close it, it's just... man, that camera bump makes it so ugly. But overall wise, it's a niche market where there are a lot of people who simply are in love with this phone. And I do love this phone too, but when you are bringing that into a more flagship market, you got to be very careful, and you got to tread a lot of water when it comes to making this a flagship phone. And it just simply is not yet. I mean, it has gotten a lot of improvements, but it's simply not there. And when you increase the price tag, you just make it absolutely worse. So again, the Z Fold 3, Z Flip 3 has really, broken that mold of a flagship phone. And I believe, in my opinion, the brand new Oppo's phone, although we haven't seen too much of it, has really starting to break that mold too, with the creaseless display, the bigger outer display, and a lot of other good features. But overall wise, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, because I'm getting a lot of comments about this. People telling me, hey, listen, what do you think of his video? What do you think that he's saying that this is the biggest bust of the year? And especially with all the phones that he was looking at, 100%. I mean, if you're talking about just strictly the hype around this phone / the what it actually gave you, yeah, I understand why it would be considered a bust. And again, like I said, this is why he is the tech god. This is why he is the tech review. This is why we love him, because he knows exactly what he's talking about. And again, he's reviewed billions of phones. At the end of the day, I don't think he obviously hasn't reviewed billions of foldable phones, but every single foldable phone has pretty much come out he has looked at, so he definitely knows. But overall wise, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, because yes, the Duo 2 is bust of the year, but at the same time though, I mean, if you can get it for cheap, it's a pretty dang good phone in my opinion. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.